Hey, how you doing? It's the Civil Savage 76. You haven't heard from me in a while. It's because I've been out in the Matrix, out in the hive mind of simulacrum like everybody else. And I got tired for a while and I got a bit disenchanted with everything that I had been seeing and how people are still not waking up as fast as I had hoped them to. So here today, I'm going to discuss everything from work to careers to the status quo that we are in. Right now, we're looking down the barrel of a false flag, um, probably an inside job that will be blamed on Russia in order to escalate World War III, NATO aggression towards the east. Recently, you've had all these media distractions, everything from some of the truth that Kanye had to reveal to Nancy Pelosi's husband's boyfriend showing up in his underoos with a hammer, I guess. I don't know. All I know is that they tried to originally paint it as some crazy MAGA person, and it was quickly proven that it was a secret lover of Pelosi's husband. You have all these distractions going on, and then you have the NATO aggression, and you have the Russia escalation with Ukraine and everything else. They're throwing the nuke word around. Meanwhile, they're keeping you distracted with celebrities and famous people. Um, it's all like a diversion. And then at the same time, with inflation going up, I've been working more hours. And that's really getting to me because I work so I work so hard that other people stand around and watch me do their jobs for them, and it's starting to really speak to me. And it explains to me exactly why we are in the situation that we are in right now. We have a lack of men in this country. We have just a bunch of people who want to be CEOs and business owners and have the titles, but they do not know what it's like to actually go to work. You know, and then you'll come at me saying, no, I'm a really hard worker, I deserve everything I have today. Well, that might be the case, but for some people, they'll say that they worked hard and they did all this and did that. I'm going to tell you right now, they likely had a fucking backing. Because I work at a pace that most people don't realize, so I catch people with my peripheral vision standing around watching me do their job while they just stand there so they can collect a paycheck. That's exactly why we're in the end times. That's exactly why this country is in a drain, because you don't have people out there that want to manifest their actual true work ethic into what it could actually really be worth, because they're there to collect a paycheck because they see it as an end. I go there and I work with integrity, and I see a bunch of lazy, just uninspired people around me. That's exactly why these complete and total cowards now run everything. Because the cowards were also smart. They weaponized their intelligence. So now you have like people who look like gophers that tell you to put something in your arm, or little elves. All these little weak looking people, and that's exactly what this is. It's a society that separates its scholars from its warriors will have its thinking done by cowards and its fighting done by fools. So you will not have a society that can discern between the good and the bad and what needs to be addressed and what are actually important issues, unlike the ones that we're obsessing over right now. Every other country is like amassing a nuclear arsenal or adding to it, and we're over here trying to figure out whether someone's a girl or a boy. Um, you think that's an accident? It's not. That was a form of subversion too. And something that now I see it in the workplace. I see a lot of weak men who don't want to do shit, who don't actually want to work hard. They have all these millionaire like dreams and like these millionaire mind states, but they got a minimum wage work ethic. So it's like, you tell me what's really going on, because I all around me I can see signs of how the matrix is weakening everybody and dumbing them down, and very few people are actually fucking waking up and realizing that we are literally looking down the barrel of World War III, world government takeover, like FEMA camps. If people do not act now, and that's not me like inciting the civil war. That's me saying raise your awareness so that you can do what you can to get cowards to stop running everything, because right now all the most cowardly people are in positions of power. And it's becoming less and less nowadays that I know like the classic man who started out with nothing and you know and started a business or whatever. Nowadays, I know a lot of people that would act that way, but little do you know they had some backing, they knew somebody, and that's great. I'm not hating on that, but I've seen a lot of people get their big breaks and work hard and in a way create their own luck. And I'm not taking that away from them. That's great. But I've seen too many people act like they're harder workers than they really are. And then you have somebody like me who's like grinding away for pennies and taking pride in the fact that I can do your job, and my fucking job all in the same time. Because there's lots of heavy equipment and lots of like labor that goes on, and people just want to slack around. And even if I am working for some shit income, I'm gonna do it better than you, and better than you. You know why? Because competition is a result of a free market society that is based on your merit and what you put out, not the people you fucking know and how lucky you got in life. See, there's a fundamental difference to all of this. You see how I'm discerning this all for you? So when I go to work and I see some person trying to act like the shit, like they're Mr. Hard Worker, I'm going to go outwork you twice in a row, and then I'm going to see how you react to it, because that's going to really tell me your true character and your true motive for why you originally climbed to the position of power that you did. So going forward, we live in a world where everybody's been so subverted that they listen to dangerous morons who want to control you in every possible way imaginable. And it scares me that I still see people driving around with masks in their cars. It's baffling the level of smooth-headedness that I see in my day-to-day life. For instance, today I was in the store, you know, getting an energy drink for when I go into work, and I got stuck in line behind some woman who didn't even like know how to read somebody's ID so they can buy a pack of cigarettes. It's like people nowadays like need a PhD to do the most basic things, but then when someone like myself comes in and is able to just master it quick and do it quicker than you in a shorter amount of time, there's a lot of hatred for that. Just like I receive for doing a good job and working hard. You live in a world where down is up and up is down, good is evil and evil is good. That's what this is really about. It's the entropic scientific idea that everything is constantly at a state of breaking down. You could really see that now in society as it is in 2020. So going forward is my hope that more people wake up. Like, I know a lot of Democrats have woken up to the madness that their own party has, I don't know, transcended into. It's awful, because I know a lot of Democrats that hate Joe Biden. So it's baffling to me that if you hate Joe Biden, that means you're automatically some right-wing, you know, extremist or whatever. But at the same time, there's two sides to every coin. There's not just one side. That was all a deception too. There's multiple different perspectives from each angle, and if you look at it that way, you're able to better triangulate upon what I've been saying, and that's you go and you respect some people or a group of people or a certain individual for a while, and you try to emulate that image of what they are. And then when you realize that in the end they were nothing more than a rat or a shill or a huckster or a hawker, somebody who's selling soap or snake oil on Main Street, it kind of leaves you taken aback by the fact that you live in a society that's been so rooted in deception and BS that a lot of your character development early on was predicated upon what some guy had to say that was famous. Look at all the people that everybody used to respect without even thinking about it. And look at some of those people today. They were involved with that island. And at a very young age, I got sick of being told who my heroes ought to be. That really, really did not fucking sit well with me. I'm trying not to swear about it. And like going forward, I now see that your time is precious and you shouldn't be wasting it on people or in situations that aren't paying your rent, growing you, or allowing you to like have more spiritual discernment in a world that has been designed and manufactured and blueprinted for your very degradation and destruction in every way, shape, and form. So where do we go from here? Looking down the barrel of nuclear war, idiot Brandon, who is screwing up everything in every possible way. The people of Brazil are now taking to the streets because they claim that they had a fraudulent election. Bolsonaro was supposed to win, and this is according to the voice of the people. And now I have these idiot shills who share mainstream Wall Street, Larry Finkelsteinenberger bullshit, talking about how Bolsonaro resigned and it's all good and this is a victory for democracy around the world. That's a load of shit right there. I'll start by saying this. SecDef, Secretary of Defense, something to that effect, one of those alphabet high up organizations, they were in Brazil about a week ago. Why were they hanging out in Brazil? What were they over there doing? Ask yourself that. Now you see the election outcome, and this is their 2020. This is the people of Brazil's 2020. I'm in full support of the people of Brazil. My thoughts are with them too. They've never had it easy. South America is a very rough place, and it's a result of warmongering, far left and right establishment cucks that decided to betray notions of national sovereignty for a big globalist paycheck. And you see all these countries like South America. Well, you think what happened in 2020 happened? These people have been doing this throughout the entire world. This is their world policing MO 2.0. So,